Hi, in this recording I'm going to talk about the importance of bringing more humour into your life and offer some ideas on how not to take yourself too seriously. So you made a fool of yourself last week. You changed your hair colour, it's gone wrong, and now you've got green hair. You came last at the local flower arranging competition. You said something silly at your team meeting. You didn't get the job you'd set your heart on, thinking, it must be me, I'm no good, they don't like me, I'm thick. Whoa! Hang on a minute. It's time to stop caring so much about it and think differently about those situations that keep bringing you down. So what? You didn't get the job. So what? Your hair's gone green. So you came last at the local flower show. How important is it? And how much will it really matter in a couple of months down the line? Whoever you are, whatever you do, you probably take your perceived setbacks too seriously. It won't hurt you to lighten up. Laugh at your mistakes and stop being so hard on yourself. There's a lot more to be gained by improving your outlook on life. If you can laugh at yourself, it's likely you'll be able to cope much more effectively with the obstacles in your life and bounce back all the more quickly. You'll be able to let off steam better, improve your self-esteem, and even discover that your relationships are better. There's not enough time to take everything in life seriously, and it's important to use humour to separate the truly threatening from the not truly threatening. Reserve the seriousness for the truly tragic and stop blowing things out of proportion. Interestingly, humour and threat often go hand in hand, and sometimes our worst problems become the material for the best jokes. And sometimes it's the terrible things that become funny when we share our fears about them with other people. We can either let things get to us or we can laugh at them. Remember, humour is a great natural coping mechanism. Humour and self-worth. People who can take a joke and laugh at themselves often have a stronger sense of self-worth and or self-esteem. Being able to laugh at yourself means you don't take life too seriously, that you can stand back from the situation and see the funny side of life. Good self-esteem means that you feel okay about who you are as a person, that you feel happy in your own skin and are not deluding yourself about having no faults at all. Of course we all do. Let's think about the advantages of laughing. It helps you release suppressed thoughts that in normal circumstances you probably wouldn't have the opportunity to express. It helps in preventing you from becoming overwhelmed by problems that in retrospect weren't that important after all. In thinking about humour, it's useful to consider it as a 3-stage event. In the first stage, you're likely to be in the mature stage, when you're showing nothing but contempt for your own inadequacies. In the second stage, you are likely to direct unpleasant laughter towards other people. However, in the third stage, you'll be able to laugh at your own shortcomings in a confident and non-threatening manner. If you can move through all 3 stages, then you'll be able to take more control of your life. A different attitude. When people move through the above stages, they start to develop different attitudes towards life, by believing that life doesn't owe them anything, and that instead they learn that they have to work for what they want and ultimately what they get. In so doing, paradoxically, people with this type of changed attitude become more effective. In short, if they learn to accept where their failings lie, they can go out and maybe do something about it. If you feel guilty about something, then it's likely you'll be taking yourself very seriously. Guilt often translates into a belief that you're no good forever, and that to succeed in anything, you'll have to be perfect. It's worth learning that you can't have a sense of humour when you're trying to be perfect. Let go. Don't hang on to what you're supposed to be. Let it go. Let go of the idea that you must make lots of money, be good at everything, win all races, and that you need other people's approval all the time. Although you should take yourself seriously, don't take your ego too seriously. The need to feel worthwhile and have a sense of belonging is never ridiculous, but the ego, maybe that should never be taken seriously. Put more lightness in your life. Select a funny saying, and when the going gets tough, repeat it to yourself. When life hands me lemons, I'll make lemonade. I think that's a very American phrase. But these kind of sayings will help you recover more quickly from that initial setback that you're going through. Try and think of one for yourself. Get into the habit of using a specific signal. For example, playfully put your thumb on your chin and waggle your fingers when you feel interpersonal or family tensions threatening. It'll help you get back things into perspective. Put some humour into your job. It works better than anger, and remember to surround yourself with friends who aren't afraid to laugh right in your face. And check out that person who you said you'd marry. Do they laugh at the things you say? If not, maybe it's time to think again. Time to get some humour in your life. And do you know what? I'm wondering if I sound like a complete plank on recordings, so I'm going to go and listen to this and probably have a laugh at myself. Why don't you try recording yourself and see how much of a plank you sound?